Live.
It's the Peter Pinho Show. Only on PPRNradio.net. And where are we? PPRN Radio. Always on, sometimes off. PPRNradio.net. And where are we? PPRN Radio. Always on, sometimes off. PPRNradio.net. PPRNradio.net. The station that's home with your wife. While you're at work, we keep her company. We keep her happy.
Thank you. That's my favorite clip.
Is it?
Yes.
I was trying to figure out what, because when you do
love it.
When you do Fiverr, you got to send them scripts. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to be like the same old people and have the same old stuff. And I'm like, you know what?
That's your tagline, bro.
Yes, I think that one was pretty good.
like
If you're tuning in for Bork Floyd, he's experienced in thunderstorms. We're hoping he comes on. Hoping he answers me.
You need to elaborate because you can't say somebody's not coming on because they're experiencing thunderstorms. That sounds.
Well, that's what he told me. What am I going to lie? I'm not going to lie.
No, but because of the thunderstorms,
Wi-Fi.
not getting Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Listen, Jesus is coming down over here, and I got Wi-Fi.
Is he in Florida too?
He's in Atlanta right now.
Well,
He's filming a Lifetime movie, so.
Oh, nice. I love
Atlanta.
Audio's good. I've been to Atlanta in the airport. That's it. I've been to a lot of cities, but in the airport.
I've never gotten out of. Yeah, me too. I've never walked around Atlanta.
So is that technically in the city?
I always counted. I like getting my state count up. You know, I've never been to Salt Lake City, but I will add that I've been to Utah because I've been through the airport. I actually had to board a plane, not through like the regular the little tunnel thing that they put up. I actually had to board the plane up the stairs in Utah at the Salt Lake City airport. So I'm considering I've been on actual ground in Salt Lake City. So I've breathed in the mountain air. So I'm counting it.
Good for you. I've breathed in the New Haven air because I take a velo all the time going back and forth to Florida to see my dad.
And which superpower and which X-Men are you going to become?
I don't know. I'm not really a fan of those kind of movies. Unfortunately, I don't know why.
Thank God.
No, I can't get into it. Deadpool, I have to say, was kind of funny, but the other ones, I just.
Thank God you said that. There's someone out there like me. Like I'm not. Listen, you want to watch what you want to watch. But I can't see. Matter of fact, someone put a meme up the other day, and I was like, the world's ending. It was these kids, they had lifesavers, and they were reenacting a scene, but they made it seem like it was them in real life.
Yeah. They're probably very popular in school.
I'm doing some research on the lifesavers that they're holding. They're buying them for, get this, Corey, $350 in Disney.
Oh, what? It's ridiculous. And again, they're, you know, you feel it, like it has some weight behind it, but like, why are you spending that much? There is absolutely no reason to be spending that much money on something you can't hit with something else.
Especially exactly. At Walmart for $15. At least you could when my kids were little, maybe.
Absolutely. No, the plastic ones were way more fun. You could hit the crap out of each other. It was fun. You could do some damage with one of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, see, I wasn't even advanced enough to have the ones with the noise. We made the noise ourselves. If you watch.
When I was little, we didn't have the ones with the noise, but when my kids were little, they were advanced enough to have the ones with the noise. But they stopped, I think, by 12, 13. They weren't doing it as adults. Otherwise, I might put them into therapy.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah, as a kid, it's fine, but as an adult?
And as an adult, it's like it's up there with the furries.
No, there's nothing worse than the furries. You have never, Peter. Have you ever gotten me on my rant about the furries?
No,
Let's
I
hear it.
haven't.
Like to hear it. Here it goes.
Dear Lord Almighty, there. You know,
I don't get it.
People can have their kinks. People can have their whatever. Do whatever you want to. You have whips and chains and leather and lace and whatever the hell you want. Put cigarettes out on you. Whatever you want. The only one that I feel like you should be locked up for is the furries. That's bestiality. It's attempted bestiality. It's disgusting. And it's a full personality and the costume, the cockamamie costumes, and like you want to shtup an animal. You are literally saying, I want to shtup an animal. We have laws against that. We have laws against that.
I say the
and know
same.
what? When you have a sick puppy, you put it down. You want to be a sick puppy? Go ahead. But I think you put it in the pound.
I got an update. He said they're trying to restart the Wi-Fi right now. If they can get it to work fine, they'll switch scenes. I was supposed to shoot after the interview and get me out of here so I can try to get on somewhere else before 9.
Oh, nice. He's updating us. That's cool.
Yeah, at least he's
Thank you, Burke. If you
yes. Anyways,
this later.
I'm at risk of offending half of our friends though in Naugatuck, Lisa.
You already have with some of your posts. I try not to look so we can still be friends. So
come on, the Kamala ones are funny. It don't even matter if you're political. Come on.
Go ahead.
They make fun of Trump cheating. You got to make fun of her blowing. Come on. You just laugh. Say you just laugh.
Like I said, I'm gonna put my what's that guy, the psychologist with the two psychologists that used to say, "I'm listening."
I forget. Was that Bert and Ernie?
No. They were based in Seattle. I can't think of their names. It was a spinoff of Cheers.
Fraser Crane.
Oh, Fraser.
Yes, thank you.
Fraser Crane.
He's Republican, by the way.
Which is fine. You can be whatever you want. I don't have to be your best friend, and we can only talk certain things. Like, this is America, right? Everybody has a voice. We're not going to get political again. But
we don't get political on here unless someone brings it up.
Unless we had a politician on, like we did that one time where I had to grill him a little bit. But.
Well, next week you got to be on your best behavior because we're going to have a Mexican woman who's very Republican. But she's not offensive, so I want you, if you can talk to her in debate, that's fine. No name calling.
Well, have you heard, my mother came in and the first thing she said is, Lisa, you behaving yourself? It's very hard for me to behave. But no, I would obviously be respectful.
That's all I'm asking because she's very, very, she's actually trying to do a movement for Mexicans in New Mexico. So that's why she's coming on. Melinda, she's also a bodybuilder. So if you have any questions.
She's a Mexican named Melinda that's a bodybuilder?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a pun there or no?
No, I'm trying to.
You know what's fucked up too? It's
fucked up, Pete.
It's the name of the show is my name, so it's whatever. It was supposed to be by myself, and I'm glad you guys came on. I appreciate that. Lisa, definitely you. Corey, you're always loved.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate
so I hit the generate AI button for clips, right? Corey, I have a generate AI button, and I guess AI picks the ones that is good. And I did it last week. It picked every single one was Lisa.
Thank you, everyone. I'm here all week.
It's not even everyone. It's a computer. It's like every single one they picked you. It's like I'm not even here no more. Either you talk a lot or I don't talk enough.
I talk a lot, but
I think your voice carries though because we're all dudes.
Well, then your voice should carry more than mine.
No, I know, but I think the best one we had last week was when your mom called.
I know. So I had to tell her the next day, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, Ma, so I just got to tell you were on a show. What? What are you talking about? Oh, God, Lisa.
Did you send it to her?
Yeah, I sent it to her.
Oh, good.
She thought it was funny, yeah. That's where I get my humor from. Both my parents are very funny. But my mother especially, you think I have no filter. She says some things.
1,700 people on TikTok and Facebook and also thought it was funny.
Nice. I'll have to let her know that. She's hilarious.
It was one of the highest rated clips on TikTok. So.
We might have to call her tonight if Homeboy doesn't call in or we have a lull.
Corey, you were gonna say something?
No, the only thing I was gonna say, yeah, the last time this show went political, I offended somebody by agreeing with them, but that's besides the point.
I don't know. He does. So he messages me a few days later. He's like, "What's Corey's problem?" I said, what was your problem? He's like, he was talking about the firefighters. I said, no.
I was saying
he was actually defending the firefighters.
I was there and I missed the whole thing. Like I didn't understand.
I
was the subject at hand, and I missed everything he said.
I think he just didn't want to be on the show no more and use Corey. But why pick on Corey? He was like the
wow, the Jew ended up the scapegoat. Color me shocked. Color me shocked. That's how history works here, people.
I would never say that. We love the Jews on PPR, and I'm just saying.
Right.
I don't know if it was your age. Maybe he doesn't like anybody under 30.
How old are you, Corey?
I am 28. I will be 29 in October. So, just because I have a baby face don't mean I have a baby brain.
He doesn't seem it, right? At least he seems very mature for his age.
Oh, extremely mature. We can tell by what kind of beer are you drinking?
I am drinking the Tonewood Brewing Company Fuego. It is an IPA. They're out of New Jersey. Yes, they're out of New Jersey. My band played here. One of my favorite breweries I've ever played at. It is one of my favorite beers from any of the breweries I've played at. Shout out to the Bike and Beer Tour. That always gives me a chance to taste some of the best beer in America.
Shout out to Bob and Craig. Bob Clark at the Stripe Show on Podbean. It's every Tuesday around 6:00. And thank God you recovered from COVID. And Craig is Corey's dad. So thank you for listening.
Oh, hey, Daddy.
And Craig said Manchester, New Hampshire is furry people.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, oh, my God.
So I don't know if...
What's happening? What's going on?
Oh, sorry. Continue.
No. I was just going to say, getting back to the furry, since you brought it up again. I'm kind of like Corey. I agree. You should be as freaky as you want in the bedroom as long as you're not screwing kids or animals. But I don't understand what is erotic about putting on a full costume and
oh my God, Lisa, have you been sleeping? These kids want you to treat them like dogs and cats. They're not they and them no more. They're dogs and cats. Tell them, Corey. You're more closer to that generation than I am.
Please don't put me. Just because I happen to be born in the same proximity as these idiots doesn't mean I was born in the proximity of these idiots.
Are you sure we're not going to look you up, Corey? Because sometimes, methinks the lady protests too much, and we'll find a Corey somewhere in the furry world that's like a dog going. Rawr! You're a dog and a cat at the same time.
Oh God.
It's ridiculous.
We're talking the wrong kind of pussy here.
Yeah, I agree.
This is going to be a 3-beer night. I feel like Jesus Christ.
I got a video. I'll show you, Lisa, because I guess.
Oh God. Okay.
Hang on. Let me skip the commercial here because I don't want to get.
Is this video going to get us kicked off Facebook?
I don't know.
I mean, they're furries. They do everything with clothes on, so I highly doubt it.
Let me share this, and then I got to hit start. Hang on.
Okay.
I got to get me a mouse. This fucking.
Oh, so you are a furry.
Share screen.
You didn't even thank you, Corey, for laughing. He didn't even.
I heard you. There we go. There we go.
To pop me a chalky cat milk. Chalky cat milk make pain go away.
What is? Someone sent me this on Discord, and I'm fascinated. I don't know what's happening here. Check out the TikTok account. 192,000 followers. Chaotic Fox Girl. Oh, I thought she was a cat. She's a fox. This is the difference. I had no idea there was a name for this type of girl. They're called Nico girls. Nico girl or cat girl is a female character with cat traits such as... Cat girls are found in various fiction genres and in particular Japanese anime and manga. Yeah, I see it way too much. The frig is this? Can cat girls exist? They're not possible now. Why? Is this a question people are asking? Bioengineering? Is this some sort of fetish thing? I don't get it. I made a video talking about how there was a girl on TikTok named Puppy Girl Jenna where she dresses up like a... Well, she doesn't dress up. She just goes to all fours and she pretends she's a dog.
Did you just pee on the floor? Jenna, was this you? bad girl. You know better than that. You pee outside.
For Puppy Girl Jenna, that was because she does it for OnlyFans. But with this, I have no idea what's happening here. Please, can someone explain this? I need to know. Wait a second. Did she tattoo? Oh my god. Oh, it's not real tattoos. No, it is. She tattooed cat paws on her feet. She's sitting in a box. Tony Beanies is out of stock, so you gotta improvise. Oh, wow. Improvising, you're calling it. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Asher Show. I'm
God.
TikTok. There are some deep, dark corners.
Is there one more? Hang on.
I
Here's
don't know
one.
if I can
Here's
handle
one.
it. Inside the
A woman in Norway believes she belongs to a different breed. She claims that she is a cat trapped in a human's body.
Ser du dyr og sånn ute i mørket, mus og sånn? Ja. Har løpt veldig ofte etter dyr som viser seg i skygger og sånt.
The 20-year-old, who goes by Nano, shared her unique story in an interview published on a Norwegian YouTube
He's
channel.
scratching the wall.
Nano, 20 år. Jeg har vært katt hele livet. Jeg fant ut at jeg var katt når jeg var 16 år, da leger og psykologer fant ut hva som var med meg.
She says doctors found a genetic defect in her DNA,
You see?
which she claims proves she is indeed a cat.
Hva skjedde nå?
Det en hund der sånn.
Du er født sånn?
Ja, jeg født sånn.
Født i feil art?
Født i feil art.
To compensate for her entirely
No,
human
no.
Okay.
No,
Can
no,
I
no. No,
say one
yeah.
thing?
please.
You know my stance on what the veterans have to go through in this country just to get their service-connected benefits, right? And when I was doing the fundraiser, I had to jump through hoops just to get it in the paper, begged all these news outlets to do a story. They would rather do a story on some chick
Cookie lady.
who thinks she's
Preach.
a cat.
Preach.
I mean, are you fucking kidding me?
Nope. You see why we're Republican now, Lisa?
Don't tell me she's a Democrat, and that has nothing to do with it. She's just batshit fucking crazy.
Crazy.
The Democrats
Yes.
allow that, Corey. Tell them.
Don't even know.
Oh.
You just don't. Let's not get political. What does
No, I'm
it
just saying.
do with whoever put her on that fucking TV show? That's insane.
Oh God.
Maybe
Inside
that's
edition.
I'll pretend
Now,
that I'm
Corey, tell her. Inside Edition is NBC. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh God. No. Like I. What
Yeah.
you just showed me. You know that quote from Billy Madison? None of us in this room have been, or every person in this room has been damaged and made, less intelligent. May God have mercy on your soul. That whole quote, that was running through my head as I was watching this. Sweet Jesus Christ. And you know what? I am very, very good, very cool with pronouns. You want whatever your thing. If you tell me what it is, I will absolutely go by that. You know what? The word they works in the English language. I
Right.
just sent Peter a video.
Uh-oh.
They're called neo pronouns.
What the hell is that?
Oh,
Let me get it.
oh,
God.
oh boy.
Kendall,
I'm
do you know what
tagging
I
you guys on the video, though. Hang on.
Like I'm just, we've gone to a point, we have had people who fight and die for our rights to be ourselves. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we should be allowed to be who we are to the absolute best of our ability
110%. Yes.
until we start beating other animals. But for your human rights. No, it is the United Nations, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
You know what was the best part of that video where she said they did some kind of DNA analysis and they actually found cat DNA in her? Like, really? That just because one of your parents ate PUSSY does not mean that you're a cat.
Corey, it won't let me. It blocked me.
You know what?
Good, thank God.
I think we're all better off. I can't believe I actually,
we're all set.
because now I have that in my search thing, and I'm really upset about that. Thinking about that now,
Yeah.
like,
It's
no,
disturbing.
it truly like I don't get it. I don't get it. It's what is attractive about a person in a fursuit.
And she peed on the floor. Like,
And
she
please
peed
tell me,
on the
please tell
floor.
me these people are not allowed in Disneyland in Disney World.
Can we
Please,
say-
not
can we-
in front of the kids.
Can we agree? And you know what? What bothers me the most, and Ricky knows I love her to death, but and I could say stuff like this, but
Uh-oh.
it's always the hot chicks.
You thought she was hot?
The one that was like a dog.
Yeah, no, therein lies the problem. I mean, I disagree.
Peter, she was a cat.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Oh, the one that peed on the floor.
Yeah, the one that peed on the floor was
What a
not
nice body. How's that? How's
Oh.
that?
All you saw was her butt. You didn't see
Oh.
her body.
Isn't that part of her body?
So that means you're attracted to cats.
No. Listen, I'm the last person that's
USSY,
gonna,
but to cats.
I am the last person that's going to agree with these fucking whack jobs.
Somebody is. She's on fucking Inside Edition.
Yes,
like,
everybody in Corey's age group, besides Corey.
Oh,
No.
Yes.
and oh god, like I will say that I think, it is mostly a few loudmouths with
It's
unfortunate
1% that make
platforms.
a loud noise.
Because you know what? Whenever I play at any of the frat parties, at any of these colleges, whenever I play at these especially with the frat and the sororities, you know what? These are good kids. They're there to have a good time. They're the kind of kids who want to save the American flag, not burn it down. Ugh. These guys, they're good. They're good kids. They want to get down. They want to have a good time. They're not dressing up in fursuits.
I should hope not.
And like, understand that this is not just an opinion that I'm just bringing up to get people to laugh. You can ask anybody who knows me. This is a stance. This is a hill I will die on.
I say the same thing. I was just having a conversation. It's again. I mean, am I missing something? Because
because you're just finding this out. This has been happening for 5 years.
No, I know it's been happening, but my point is, I was just commenting to somebody the other day. I was like, like I said, get as freaky as you want in the bedroom, but your clothes are off. They have a full suit on in there. Like
no one better purr while they're blowing me. I'm sorry.
This is bringing a whole new definition of being in the doghouse.
No one better pee on my floor, not even my husky. I'm sorry. No.
Exactly.
No.
I was going to say the dogs do better. The dogs do better than the fake dogs.
Do you realize that there's fucking OnlyFans and people are making millions just for filming their feet?
Well,
listen, they're filming their feet. There's guys out there buying. There's guys out there buying pussy coffee filters. What those are is a woman will buy a package of underwear and wear them for 2 minutes, and then we'll mail them to a dude, and they'll use it as a coffee filter.
No.
Yes. Yes. There's wackos out there.
Again,
I know in the 70s and 80s.
Like, it's
the worst thing we
depraved.
had. The worst thing we had in the 70s and 80s was flashers in New York. We got people drinking coffee out of fucking pussy underwear.
Like, again, that's depraved, but at least it's human to human contact, not human to imaginary animal contact or imaginary animal to imaginary animal.
Listen, I have a hard time with regular coffee filters. What do you think a pair of panties?
So when I was little, the freakiest thing I ever saw was
no shit, Bob. He said his kid would go see a shrink.
Yeah, well, so we grew up in Naugatuck, me and Pete. So you know how back in the day you used to walk through the plaza to get to the high school, right? To
Oh,
get
yeah.
to the track?
A lot of shit happened back there.
That's the story, right? So I was little and me and my dad would bond. He was military, so we always did like physical stuff. We would go to the track all the time and run. So I'm probably legit in like 5th grade. And someone had drew a picture of a male private part and said deep throat. I was like, "Oh, Daddy, what does that mean?"
I remember that. It was black, right? And it was very,
very
bad painted.
Yes,
He was the informant with Woodward and Bernstein.
Yeah, one of those presidents.
Had the mouth like that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember that one in the back of the
but
plaza.
I mean, that was the extent, right? I forget.
Follow the money. Follow the money. You'll get the man.
Follow the money or the drawing of the.
That was the one behind Music Plus, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's like, "Daddy, what does that mean?"
Oh.
He was like, "That's just disgusting. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Let's just run on the track." I was like, "Okay." And then another time when my oldest was little, we were driving on 84 and they had a huge billboard of VIP, right? We all know what VIP is, the store.
Very intimate pleasure.
Well, wait. So my daughter goes, "Mom, Daddy said VIP means very important person, but that says very intimate pleasures. What does that mean?" And here's me. It does say that. Like, what am I going to say? She's like 6.
Oh, typo.
I know, right? They meant to put
Who doesn't check these things before they send it out?
My mind couldn't think that fast in the moment because it was my kid. I was just like, yeah.
I will say the greatest one of those billboards does have to go to the electric blue exit 68. If you've hit 69, you've gone too far.
That's what Pete always says to his wife. Put on boom.
What highway was that?
68 in Prospect?
68.
In what city?
It's yeah, right. Yeah, when you're going past like Yukon, when you're like just on the highway.
Oh,
like,
that's not 68.
The middle of the. Well, the electric blue is on exit 68.
Exit 68. When you say 68,
exit, yeah, no.
When you say 68, we thought it's a road in August.
Exit 68. Excuse
me.
Yeah,
exit 68. Yeah, that electric blue's in the middle of nowhere.
What's the electric blue?
A strip joint.
Oh, what happens in these kind of places?
Everything you can think of.
I can't think of anything. Please, no, I'm kidding.
Apparently, they make filters out of it.
We used to drive by there when we had the show at Yukon.
Used to drive by there and wave?
Well, no, because there was a sign that said electric blue, this exit. We had a radio show. We had a show in Yukon.
Thank you.
I remember doing the Yukon show.
We were on for 3 weeks and got kicked off.
What'd you get?
I can only imagine why.
We played a Limp Bizkit song that had swears in it. Yeah, but you can't do that on real radio.
Yeah, I guess. But you can do it on real TV.
But there was other controversy around it. I got kicked off for other things. People hated that I was moving up and called Yukon and made some noise. And
Peter Jefferson over here.
He's moving on up. That's a good one, Corey.
Thank you. Thank you. Because I'm so young and dumb, right?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
still not over that.
You'd be surprised that when, like, so, Lisa, I don't know if you know much about my radio career, but
I really don't. Let's interview you. I know that you said you did some stuff for PLR.
Yeah, so PPRN was getting not so big, but it was getting to where I made connections with a lot of people. Corey met a lot of people through here. I met Corey through here. PPRN was becoming a household name. It was really basically one of the first podcasts when podcasts came out. Like, no one knew what we were doing. They're like, how do I listen to this? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So actually, as a matter of fact, we're going on 14 years or 15 years. So I got on PLR. I just kept working. I got on PLR. I got on the morning show, Chaz and AJ. So that bit I was doing became very popular, which made PPRN even bigger. We were at the point where we were interviewing like Jamie Kennedy, Burt Floyd. We interviewed one of the guys from the Backstreet Boys. We interviewed, remember what's her name? General Hospital. She was married to Felicia on General Hospital.
Oh, wow.
We had a bunch of like pretty big people. We had John Valby on and everything else. Anyway, so
John Valby.
Yeah, we had him on. He was watching a fucking hockey game. It was the worst interview. So I went from PPRN and I went to go. I did a program at Yukon, and Yukon was like, while you're doing your schooling, we'll give you a show. So I went and did a show, and they're like, you can't do this, you can't do that. Corey was actually the first guest.
Okay, yeah.
We went and did the show there. It lasted 3 weeks. Someone found out. I won't say his name. Someone found out I had a radio show on the air, and they kept writing emails and letters to Yukon, and Yukon just said it's too controversial. You got to go. So from there, I went to PLR. From PLR, I moved up. I was on the morning show. I did the street team. From the street team, I went to the morning show because it was my moment. I remember it was a snowstorm, and one of the interns didn't show up, and Chaz was like, hey, these interns don't show up, and I was
sorry. Corey's trying to distract me. Sorry.
I know, I see it. I was listening to the radio, and I called in to Chaz, and I said, look, this guy don't show up. I'm the one out here doing the street team every day. Give me a shot. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to. And from that day on, my bit became like one of the number one bits on PLR. So stayed on there for 2 years. And then I got to the point where like, if my bit is making money.
Wait, what was your bit? That's the one where you're the Portuguese guy?
Well, I would go to the courthouse.
Street Pete.
Yeah, it was called Street Pete. I would go to the courthouse and interview people before their cases.
Oh, really? So you were like the first guy before the guy on the People's Court that now hosts that other show.
Basically, but my shit was funnier. And then I got so popular on doing the court thing, they hired me to fucking wrestle midgets, and
I remember this. Oh my god!
I wrestled midgets at the Oakdale. I had like almost a sold out show.
I mean, first of all, you can't call them midgets. I think you have to call them little people.
No, they called themselves midgets. It was called midget wrestling. They named it.
So, how did you fare against the midgets? Did you win?
No. They picked me up and body slammed me. I'm telling you, they're pretty strong. Yes.
Oh, I would have paid to see that. I definitely.
I got a video. I'll have Ricky send it to you.
Okay, yeah.
That's that, and then I went from there, and then I left because I asked for money, and they said no. And then after that, I went to iHeart and worked for Kiss, Casey 101, and all that other stuff, and then I just moved here.
God, I miss having soundboard.
So I never really knew this about you, Pete. Pete and I reconnected in like a
4 months ago.
It was the universe thing, but so what made you know that you wanted to get into radio? Like I know you used to do the DJ stuff and you like music and stuff. So what made you make that switch to I just want to talk to people and make them laugh, or like what goes through your head when you do kind of stuff like this?
Because my whole life, everybody told me I was funny, and I knew that I was kind of funny, but I didn't want to be that person. Yeah, I'm funny and be arrogant about it. So I noticed every time I would go to parties, obviously it's amplified when you're drinking, but I noticed every time I'd go to parties, I wouldn't shut the fuck up. I wouldn't shut the fuck up, and especially when I did coke, it was worse.
Oh, well, yeah. You can't stop talking when you do that.
No, but I wouldn't shut the fuck up. So I said, I got a divorce, and I was sitting there, and I was really depressed. I got a divorce, and I was partying a little bit. And what I was doing, I was like, I'm sick of this party, and I want to do something with my life. I wanted to go be a comedian, but I putting that on, and I ended up trying to do that too. But
really,
I put that on ice for a little bit. So I Googled how to become a radio DJ. So I Googled that, and then this platform showed up. But this was 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
This platform showed up. It was called Spreaker, and I thought it was I do an interview and then it sends them a tape. So I signed up. I did a thing. It was free, so I did all this. And I hit the live button thinking I was recording myself. Well, I signed up with Facebook. And when I hit that live button, it went to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to sound funny, but it almost sounded like a suicide letter. Because I'm like, all right, I don't know what I'm doing. Because I'm at this point.
Oh no!
At this point, I'm already drunk. I'm already fucked up. I'm like, I'm the biggest loser ever. I got divorced. So I'm like, I'm gonna make this tape. I don't know if anybody's gonna hear it, but I'm just newly divorced. I'm hung like a hamster. I've got no friends, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and the only one that will talk to me is this can of beer. And then I just made some like funny references. So I'm like, all right, I hit stop, thinking it's a tape, and I hit send, thinking, all right, no one's ever going to call me. So my friend Danny, the first show I ever did was by myself, but this guy Danny was a really good friend of mine. He's Portuguese. He's like, dude. I go, what? He goes, are you okay?
Oh.
I go, yeah, why? He goes, you realized you were on the air last night? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you were live. We heard you talking the whole time. And he's like, we got to do a show, me and you. And that was 15 years ago. And it was called the Peter Pinho Show with Danny and Bree. It was the fucking Lisa, if you, I gotta find it. It's my first ever tape, but
So that's
but I used to listen to Howard and everybody, and I'm like, I can fucking do this. I
yeah.
can do this, and I could, and I did.
That's you have a great sense of humor. That's actually a really great story because I'm so horrible with technology. You know Michelle Carvalho.
Yeah.
She's always like, every time I say something, she's like, "What are you, 90? I can't believe we're best friends. You don't know how to do anything." So
Yeah, I know because you keep texting me. How do I get the link? And it's right above the bubble you
I
sent
know,
me.
like I said.
It's right Corey, she'll send me. How do I get the link? I'm like, it's the bubble above
And I
me.
ask him that every freaking week.
But yeah, that's how I got into it, and
that's pretty cool.
But then I quit for a year because my patience grew thin with
Mhm.
guests and people. And what's up, Alan? And
Human interaction in general.
I made it to a level to where I wanted to, but it was 15 minutes. It wasn't a career, which I wish it was a career. But after that, I started doing stand up, and I'm still working on it with Dave.
Dave
So-
Chappelle?
No, Dave. I'll meet Dave. I'll meet him.
Dave Sheehan?
Dave Sheehan. So
Love
by
him,
55, I'm going to be hitting the stages again because I'm polishing myself and I want to get my house together and I want to get my career together. And by 55, I'll be on a stage again, which is only 8 months from now.
The last time we had a comedian on, it wasn't Dave. It was a different comedian, I think. Or maybe it was Dave. But anyway.
It was Dave.
I thought I asked somebody else this question. But anyway, would it be putting you on the spot? Because you're naturally funny anyway. Could you give us a little sample of something you've been working on for like, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds?
That's the thing. I don't. It's all improv. But the problem is
improv.
The problem is okay, so let me think if I can rethink of one. The problem is it comes to me, but I don't write it down.
Yep. So
You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Like
I do that all the time.
I can do, but you know what I grew up with. I can do 20 fucking hours of my mother.
So can I.
Portuguese. You know what I'm saying? So like, here's my mother. I'll give you a couple of seconds of it. Here's my mother. Bring. Hello? Yes. Your son, he didn't leave the paper on my porch, and this is like the third day he missed it. He didn't what? He didn't know what? Okay, I'll handle this shit. Okay. Hey, okay, bye-bye. No, you hang up. Hang up. This is costing me money. Hang up. He hangs up the phone. I come home. She's like, you missed the customer. What do you mean I missed the customer? The customer just called. I give you a niche. You take a foot. You take a foot. Okay? A foot. And then she fucking smacks me in the mouth, right? And breaks my tooth. And she goes, you see? If you didn't miss that papers, you would have made that money. You fix your own tooth when you get a job.
Oh,
fucking trauma, but it's funny because it's the old culture. That's just my mother. If I didn't make the bed right, it was a drama thing. It was, oh my God, I taught you 3,000 times how to make the bed. Why did you not make the bed? You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's just an immigrant thing because my parents were kind of the same, except there was a different dynamic, right? So let's do the same thing if it was my mother. Ring, ring. Hello. Hello, we're calling because Lisa didn't deliver the paper. Oh, God, no, she didn't deliver the paper. Oh, no, I don't believe that. That must have been a reason. Let me talk to her. Lisa, get down here. You know I'm supposed to deliver the paper. And why do I taught you better than that? And blah, 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 blah. And go on and on. But she would never let anybody else know that there was an issue.
oh no, my mother told everybody. She'd go to the Sampaio. You see this jerk? You see this jerk? He missed 5 customers. I still gotta buy his sneakers for school. You see this jerk? Mom, you paid $4 for fucking 2 sneakers. I don't give a shit. That's $4 you didn't make. Remember the fucking kids we used to fucking get for $4?
The bow hack on the rack.
Oh my God. My
Corey,
dad
you
tried
laugh.
taking us to railroad salvage for freaking clothes.
Corey, you laugh. You know what pro kids are?
The fake the fake PF flyers.
They're not the kids you're thinking of. That's for damn sure.
Pro kids.
Oh, cokeheads, not kids.
Oh,
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, the sneakers.
Pro kid sneakers.
Yeah, like the crappy like the supermarket sneakers.
They used to be like
they're
$2-3.
expensive, man. I'll get you a picture. Hang on.
I thought they were called Bohack on the Rack.
No.
I'm
Unless
used
those
to wearing Keds back in the day were the cheap ones that, if you were poor, you were wearing Keds back in the day. I don't know when they became so popular because they're the same.
Hey, I'll share this page with you. Hang on.
By the way, also, do you know how much a pair of PF Flyers are now?
What is a PF Flyer? Sneakers?
Again, another one of these, like, like the low budget, like the fake Converse, the fake,
My son tries to get me to buy
$150 now.
Corey, you see those?
Yeah,
They're like $160, $70 now.
Well, actually, think about Converse, another pair of those
But
were budget
I gotta tell the
shoes.
story. The story is Naugatuck used to make these.
Yep.
And they had these bins.
Mm-hmm.
And the bins, you would go and there was a left bin and a right bin.
Yep.
And you would get $4 and you would jump. It was like
one bin.
It was like the plastic balls that McDonald's do.
Exactly. Yep. They're bigger than you.
You have to jump in the left bin, find your size.
Your parents would
and
throw
you
you
have to
in
jump in the right bin. Yeah. You have to jump in the right bin to find your other size in the right color. Otherwise, you were mix and matching them.
And we did it happily. We didn't say, really, parents, you're not going to buy me the $300 sneakers?
We were psyched about it. Like,
yeah.
I got my $4. We walked by the farm shop. We'd fucking tell our friends.
Yeah. Oh, my God. The farm shop.
That's called Friendlies for you young people.
Yeah.
They changed the name.
I remember one time we left. I must have been in middle school. What a bitch. I was with my friends and we left the waitress a penny tip and wrote this shit on the napkin because I know. That's horrible, right? We said, I think we wrote something like the service in here must be really good, but how would we know? Because we didn't get service. It was like just.
That's because you were.
Shit.
I know. That's horrible.
That's because you were squirting ketchup bottles to the ceiling. That's
savage. But
tell me you weren't.
Wait, say that again? Because I was what?
That was because you and your friends were squirting ketchup bottles to the ceiling.
I never did anything like that.
Okay.
I just wanted my freaking, I think I wanted an ice cream sundae. I don't know what the issue was, but that was, kids are just so dumb. Like, why would you do that and then expect good service?
But by the way, Craig Riemann, who's watching, I wanted to throw his comment in. Pro Keds were really good sneakers before Pumas and Adidas and Converse. Nike didn't come out until I was in high school.
Oh my!
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, like we have really Nikes didn't come out till you were in high school. You're so old. No, I'm kidding.
That's his dad. Be nice.
Yeah, I was going to also mention the humor that I have as being the child of immigrants. They're from that country called Long Island. Again, you've been there? It's another country.
My boyfriend lives there.
It's another country.
Oh yeah, Lisa's other half lives there.
Yep, he lives in Amityville. The horror.
Oh, have you ever driven by the house?
We have, of course, when we first started dating.
How do you not?
Of course. I was like, you know where the house is? He's like, of course I do. It's 3 minutes.
Actually, I will say my dad has always been very cool. All the movie spots on Long Island. So the Amityville Horror House drove me by there. I've been on the bridge that Sonny got shot on in The Godfather.
You need to appreciate your dad more because he's the coolest guy.
Dad's the best. I love my dad.
All right.
Aww.
Everyone thinks that we have like that
you fight like your brothers and sisters, though.
And it's people tell us we have a natural like humor dynamic, and it's like
actually no wait. Let me fix that. You fight, he listens. Right?
He's trying to say you fight like a little bitch, and your father.
I'm not going to even deny it. I fight like a little bitch.
So let me just tell you something real quick. I was watching Live with Kelly and Mark today, and they had Rob Lowe on with his son, and they have
the two of them.
They have a whole series about the dynamic that you're talking about. So maybe that's something else to think about.
It was a great show. By the way,
I never watched it, but I love Rob Lowe. If you're listening,
it's Johnny. He's hysterical. Like his Facebook posts or his comments on his father's
right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, his father's Instagram. He terrorizes it.
That's what that we're saying. Yeah.
I hope one day I'm on this weight loss journey, and I hope to be able to wipe back the front once again because it's rough because the fat rolls, man. I can't wipe back the front.
Pete, you're not that fat.
Listen, It's
No.
enough to where I can't reach.
Then, first of all, hello, we're live. You don't say that on.
I just did. It's just life.
No, I know someone who worked with someone who told me that the girl was really, really sweet, but she was very heavy. And she literally said that to her, that she can't wash in certain places because she was that big.
That's why she needs a bidet. No, I'm not that big. I'm saying it's.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not
You
saying
should
I can't wipe. I'm saying it's uncomfortable.
Well, you should do it anyway.
I got a
Wipe
bidet. I
the
don't
right
need to.
way.
I don't wipe. I use my bidet.
You still need to wipe.
No.
When you wash your car, do you wipe it down? Do you dry it off?
Actually, I afford a really good car wash, and it blows
Do
it off.
they dry it off?
No, they drip dry it.
You can't drip dry when you do number 2 when you get a bidet. No.
You never had one then.
Oh.
I have used them. I know. Sorry, Corey. It's not my fault. It's Pete's fault. He makes everything go downhill. I'm going to call my mom, and then she's going to yell at Pete and say, "You have no class."
Well, you gotta have class. I mean, you gotta have comedy once in a while, Michelle.
No, I know. I'm teasing
It
you.
can't be all.
So
It's been raining for like 2 hours in Florida.
I was gonna say I just found one of the Rob Lowe, Johnny Lowe posts. I guess Rob
Check
Lowe
on your
posted,
dad, Lisa. It's been raining all day.
he posted a video of their dog, and then Johnny Lowe comments, "My son." Rob responds, "Then you're behind on child support." This like the two of them, the constant bickering on Instagram between the two of them. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I just saw a snippet of the show that they have. I can't even remember the name of it, but
it's is it Unstable?
Yes. Because I think the son is like a doctor or a therapist or something. And the dad, Rob Lowe.
Wait. How does Rob Lowe get behind on child support?
He doesn't.
Well, no, actually, he was saying that to his son. He was saying if the son said that the dog was
right.
Johnny Lowe was saying about the dog, "My son," and then Rob Lowe is like, "Then you're behind on child support."
Okay. All right. I thought it was Rob Lowe. I was like, how the fuck is that on Make News?
Yeah, he essentially plays like an Elon Musk kind of character, like a super tech, like visionary. Steve Jobs meets Elon Musk kind of, and he's so aloof, so like
His
kind
ego
of so
is
out.
like- yeah.
And his son doesn't want anything to really do with this. He wants to play flute, even though he's a genius.
What dude do you know it doesn't have an ego?
Everybody should have an ego to a point, but I mean,
know what? If you're, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
If you're any of the Lows and you have that genetic buildup, you have the right to an ego. Jesus Christ, that man hasn't aged in 35 years.
Corey, I'm going to elaborate on that because here's what I think. Because when I was Street Pete, it wasn't the level of like of John Travolta or whoever big to where they're always paparazzi, but it was where every time me and Ricky went somewhere, someone recognized me. But I'm going to tell you right now, them people are so high in as far as being recognized that you don't realize that your normal fans will leave you alone. But your fucking obsessive fans, they can't, like, look at all these fucking, I don't even want to be on this earth if fucking Taylor Swift dies. Like, people are going to be fucking a mess if something bad happens to Taylor Swift.
I'm going to ask this thing.
An actor and actress, they can't go nowhere.
So this is and again, I think, Pete, you miss out on this. You're both of you are in the only time I can imagine where that's going to when that, God forbid, whenever that happens. Because again, we want, you might be annoyed by her, but we don't want her to, die.
All right.
But so like the only person at this point I can think, what were people's reactions when Elvis died?
We don't know.
Because it was random. You were too young. I'm saying you guys
I was alive, but I was too little.
When did he die? In the 70s?
Yeah.
He died.
Yeah, so yeah, he was little. I was little.
Yeah.
I do remember he was bloated in a bathtub.
Yeah, the toilet.
Elvis was one of the most gorgeous men to ever walk this earth in his prime.
Even chubby?
Not chubby when he was younger, but he had he was a beautiful man. Like
Oh, you know what? In the movies, he was a good-looking guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
actually, you know what? You guys were old enough for this. John Lennon. So
When
Elvis
he
Presley, John Lennon, like the reaction to that, because obviously I did not get to,
The
and
only one I remember dying and everybody freaking out was Jerry Garcia.
another one, a
I
kind of
remember John Lennon.
All of Naugatuck was like they were in Hartford. they were
because
mourning.
Connecticut's in the East Coast deadhead belt. So yeah,
Oh
from
my
like
god!
from Maine
Everybody
to
from
DC.
Connecticut was at the fucking Meadows. It was called the Meadows at that time, but they all went to the They went to
I
the
still
state
call it the
capitol.
Meadows.
They went to the state capitol and they had a big rally because Jerry Garcia died. I'm like, oh my god!
I don't remember that at all. But I wasn't.
You weren't into that music. My neighborhood was into that music.
Yeah, no, I
That
wasn't.
and again, I'm obviously I never got to see Jerry. I've seen many a dead show at this point, and I know Pete, you're like, what the hell? But like on the one hand, here's the one thing that was cool about the fans. They were a different kind of fan. They really did like. You want to talk about devotion?
Yeah, they were all.
These guys. It was a lifestyle for them. They had a caravan and they'd go around like that's got to be wild. Like in the mid, and it's just in the middle of things. He's dead.
You want to know
They feel that connection really strongly. Yeah.
You want to know the sad part is I had tickets for the show before he died.
Oh
So
wow!
I finally broke down. I said, my whole neighborhood, the people I grew up with, Kevin Strankowski, all them people, they all into Deadhead. That was the only spinhead, whatever they called us back then.
Oh, they called us spinheads.
Spinheads. I was the only one that into my whole neighborhood was Deadheads, and I remember when right before I said, all right, let me go see what this motherfucker's about because you people seem to not shower for months, and they got tapes. And they got fucking they go and record bootleg tapes and then write down the date on the thing, on the cassette thing.
That's incredible. Like the fact that part, I will say, first of all, they were really cool about that. They had a whole section for the tapers, and they're like, go ahead, trade these tapes, give these tapes away. It was the best advertising they could have ever done. Like that part of it's cool. We have a document. No other band has been so documented in their live recordings in history. And this is before we had, the ability to do this easily.
Right. I agree with that.
And that part.
Dude, my friends got shoe boxes full of tapes and they're dated. It's done with their fucking, there was no phone. It was their fucking, remember the tape recorder, Lisa, with the orange button?
Yes.
That's what they were holding up to record the show.
Yep.
That's
come with a microphone eventually.
I was just going to say with the microphone sticking out. Yep. I remember that. And then when we moved up, we had the boom boxes that had the tape thing in the middle. And if you were, was that a muscle?
Oh, shit. Look at that.
I'm losing weight and working out. Look at that.
Oh,
holy shit. Look at you.
Okay. And my chest is bigger. I'm getting bigger. Your dad noticed it last time I was in Connecticut. You didn't.
I didn't see you.
I'm terrible with those
Corey's
things.
dad. Corey's dad. He's like, damn, you got big.
I'm off. Like, I can't pick up on toupees. I can't pick up on gain, loss. And
my doctor put me on testosterone.
I'm terrible at identifying a toupee. I can't do it.
What's up, Paul?
Like, and maybe that's maybe I just want to see the best in everybody. Maybe it's I
see glasses. Once you see a toupee, there's no way you cannot notice it.
And obviously,
I started taking Hims. It works. As soon as I noticed my hair was thinning, I started taking Hims. And
see, I never noticed your hair was thinning.
I have.
I caught it on time.
First show I cracked on your hair. I mean, you have hair and it's long, so good for you.
I caught it on time. That's why I got these pills. I take a pill a day.
I actually used it for a while. Again, I'm not having a hair thinning thing. I stayed at one of my friend's apartments one time, and he had it, and it was the shampoo and the conditioner that was in the shower.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it has like the eucalyptus and everything. I'm like, whoa, I like it.
Someone blowing a Newport on your head.
So for a while, I started buying it. I'm like, you know what? Thinning or not, it's great shampoo.
Hang on, I gotta stop you. Did I just hear a white boy say I was bugging?
I didn't say I was. Did I?
You didn't say
that? No, this generation won't say bugging.
I thought he said that. That's why.
No, he was like.
What did he say? Can rewind?
I'll get you the transcript later.
Thank you. The what?
The transcript. I was trying to clear my throat and say transcript at the same time.
Okay. Let me clear my throat.
So I planted a fucking orange tree like when we first moved here. It started growing. I think we ended up getting 22 oranges, and then we kept losing them because these fucking ridiculous caterpillars.
Oh,
they're like this. My camera. They're like this long.
Nope.
And they're red and yellow, and they look like fucking Portuguese fucking fighting warriors.
That's why I can't live in Florida.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So then we ended up getting down to 7 trees. Now we just found out the fucking things are cankered. Man, I can't. Yeah, cankered oranges. Look it up.
So can I ask you a question on the Portuguese thing?
I got to spray it with copper. What? Go ahead.
So this is my recent fascination with the Portuguese people. On the table, condiment wise, everyone has ketchup.
No.
A lot of people have mustard. Did you have a thing of vinegar on the table?
Yes, and olive oil. And it was red vinegar.
I found out that the Portuguese people put vinegar on everything, and I was in whatever falls Massachusetts.
You want to know why? Because red wine vinegar is a seasoning. Like
well, this is white vinegar. This is white vinegar.
That's why black people consider Portuguese people black.
Yeah, because
So,
they
like-
season their food. They don't just
Yes,
stick it out the package and stick it in the oven or in the microwave.
We use garlic, Corey.
Yeah.
Like
He's like, I've never seen it in my life. Vinegar?
So-
the hell?
Well, like no, but like having it on just as like a table condiment next to the ketchup,
Yes.
next to the mustard, like
Why is
so.
this so soccer to you?
Oil and vinegar. You see it when you go to Italian restaurants. They or some of them.
That's
they just,
but that's the like the salad vinegar. I'm talking white
no,
vinegar.
sometimes they have the vinegar and the oil, and they
We
make
have the red
And,
peppers.
and that's
It's like-
that's a different. The oil and the vinegar is one thing, but this
No,
is
no,
literally-
no.
it was
we have a vinegar bottle with holes at the top, like a shaker.
that's
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I was in. So my guitarist Dave Schultz, whenever we're playing wherever we are in the country, he finds out whatever the crazy weird food is. So we're playing we're playing in Fall River, Massachusetts, a very big Portuguese population.
Yeah.
And they have, but they're they have a specialty, the chow mein sandwich. All of these Chinese places have it's literally like chow mein on like a hamburger bun. And we're at the Chinese place, and they're like, okay, do you want any condiments, ketchup, mustard, vinegar? And we're thinking, oh, is it like rice vinegar? Because we're at a Chinese place, right? Like, is this like some kind of whatever? No, it's just regular white vinegar. And we're like, oh, it's just regular vinegar. Yeah, no, try it on. So we have a big Portuguese population, so they put it on everything. Try it. And I'm like, oh my God. My Chinese food was instantly made better by just putting vinegar in it.
right. Because did you ever hear? There's a talk show. I think it was called.
Emerald had one too.
No, that's all the
fat-
ingredients you need for
Salt, fat, acid, fat, and
fat, acid, salt, and I forget what the T is. Something.
Was that Emerald? Not Emerald.
No.
Oh, it was the woman on it was the Netflix show, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So the acid is the vinegar. Just like if you go to Nardelli's,
Well, yeah.
I want oil and vinegar on my sandwich, it makes it better.
Wait a minute. What do you put on fish?
Me?
I don't eat fish.
Oh, him.
Oh well, there you go.
I'm not. I don't eat fish. I've never.
You don't eat
I
cod?
don't. Nah.
What?
Man.
I don't know what you're missing.
No,
Why? Are you
I-
afraid?
so the texture, the taste, and the fact that it still looks like a fish. Like when you have a hamburger, when you have a hamburger, does that look like a cow?
No, and so
When you're eating chicken, does it usually, unless you're having a rotisserie chicken, and even then, does it look like a chicken?
well, wait a minute, Corey. No offense, but what
I'm
national?
a Jew and I don't eat lox.
Okay, well, you just answered my question because I was going to ask what your ethnicity was and if you season your food. So,
Oh, listen. I
You
am
like
blessed.
gefilte
I am
fish
blessed.
doesn't count as fish.
Just listen, as a Jew, I am blessed in the fact that I might have a light complexion, but Jesus Christ, we can cook.
Well, you're blessed in the fact that you have a light complexion. So, what about the ones that don't have a light complexion? We're not blessed.
Is there a dark?
I
is
did
there a
not
dark
say that.
blue?
I didn't. If
I
that's
know.
how it came off,
I'm
if that's how it
kidding.
came off, I apologize.
No,
You know,
Just kidding.
I was saying in counterpoint to most white people and white races, the English, the English, most
more time.
fucking Americans, most fucking white people, who can't season their food. Listen. We are the children of oppression. We know how to cook. We've been kicked out of everywhere. We've used all the spices.
Yeah, but did you use garlic?
Absolutely. Again, we've been kicked
I've
out
never
of
really
enough
had Jewish
places
food,
that
so I
we've
gotta-
done all the different foods and we've made it our own.
Listen, Ricky says to me all the time, you got to try something new. I said, I don't have to try new shit because Portuguese, I grew up with garlic, pepper, salt, and some Portuguese like hot sauce, some Portuguese like olive oil.
And
some
there's different
Portuguese-
seasoning combinations. Like we, season.
My drawer has onion powder, garlic powder, adobo, sazon the orange package. It has a big jar of olive oil, and it also has salt and pepper. And I don't use salt on anything. Ricky does. But if it doesn't have those spices in your cabinet, I'm not eating.
I hear you.
We
So
have
hang
a
on.
very large spice cabinet.
We buy the jar of garlic this fucking big. Like where's the camera? Like it's huge. It's like a
So-
gallon of garlic.
So
Pete,
I'm going to put you guys on hold
excuse
for a
me.
second because my daughter's here and she's leaving, so I have to tell her goodbye. Kendall, you want to say hello? She's so pretty, my baby girl. I wish she
Does
would
she
say.
want to say hi or no?
She said no. You sure? Maybe I should just
Ew.
give me her sit for a second. She's so pretty, my baby girl, Kendall. She is.
Well, this generation does never want to be like on anything popular unless it's their.
My son is like, sure, I'll be on.
Okay.
He's
Hey, Adam.
But yeah.
Let's say goodbye to your daughter. Don't hang up.
all right.
Yeah. You can put
But yeah.
pause.
Hi, Kendall. Ready? All right. She said no. Well, they said goodbye.
Oh my God. That's the
Have a good
millennial
one.
no mom. You're in trouble.
Oh, all right.
No mom. Hello.
No, she doesn't talk like that. She's the sweetest little girly in the world.
Okay.
All right, hang on one second.
All good. What was I about to say? So, Pete, you missed out. So, while you've been down in Florida, you missed out on the last congressional election, and
I guess your
George,
politics.
we had, and no, I'm not even bringing up the politics. I'm
okay,
bringing up
okay.
a commercial. I'm bringing up one ad. Mr. George Logan ran for the congressional seat in the House Connecticut 5th District, and he had the best commercial with his mom, who's an immigrant. I forget where she was from, but he was speaking
George
in
is the
Spanish.
black guy, right?
Yes. And
Okay.
he had an ad with his mom, and it was the cutest thing in the world. He was talking about the prices of food going up, and even the price of adobo, and she's like, adobo, and it was the best commercial.
Did he lose
And whenever I hear adobo now, I think of his mom.
again? Did he lose again?
He is running against her, as far as I know, once again
Okay.
in the 5th.
Oh, November.
this
That's
fall.
right. November. Okay.
He would. Good guy. Actually met him. He was in a Jimi Hendrix cover band. He was the guitarist in a Jimi Hendrix cover band.
I got a feeling that Connecticut might turn red this year.
Connecticut is one of those places where you have those anomalies, just like Massachusetts, where it's a traditionally blue state that has voices that come out that speak to certain people. And I enjoy being in an area where I was
Your
blessed.
area is like super red, though, ain't it?
It depends on who.
Because Litchfield over to Winstead County, that's all super red.
And this was kind of where I was going. I believe I was blessed to be in an area where political discourse never became disgusting, and it really was discourse. I really was always exposed to both, moderate liberal, moderate conservative, extremely liberal, extremely conservative. I got to have a fair chance of actually building my own opinions, and I think I was definitely blessed in that respect. It's cool. It really was a blessing. It truly was. And I think I am better off having been exposed to absolutely everything than being stuck in a corner and having absolutely no right to speak on certain issues, because I've never had the ability to actually experience conditions beyond or people beyond my own. My dad always jokes about my grandmother. She was a liberal Jewish teacher from Long Island. And she used to joke, all of my friends are voting for Hillary. All of my friends are voting for... And my dad would be like, Mom, all of your friends were liberal teachers from Long Island. No kidding. Like I was never in a bubble. I was never in the echo chamber, as it were.
Adam says that Central Connecticut is very red. We have to. What's up, Adam? How you doing? Adam.
What up, Adam?
Lisa came back.
I'm
back.
Welcome back.
What kind of woman is your daughter? Is she
My
shy?
daughter?
Yes. Is she shy? Is she?
She is really. She's a beautiful soul inside and out. She's very petite. She's shy, but she's not. So she's shy if I put her on the spot. But she speaks her mind, and she's very funny.
She a Naugatuck person or no?
Yeah, she lives in Naugatuck right now. She's
Lives with dad? Lives by herself.
No, she lives with dad right now. She's going through a little something, but
Okay. Yeah, don't
but
get all
she's-
emotional. Relax.
no, I'm not. She's
Okay.
a sweet kid. I'm just wiping my eyes because I'm
No, I get what you're saying.
every week at this time. I'm like, it's a little past my bedtime, so y'all better keep me entertained because
Every time I talk about a child of mine, I get weepy too because we're at the age. I think that's why pretty much I keep Corey around. I need that kid. I need that kid
Need a
vibe
young
in my life.
So it's so funny.
And he actually talks back to me. The other ones don't.
Kids are something. When you have a baby and you're in the hospital, first of all, when you're pregnant, you're supposed to feel like this is the most wonderful thing in the world, blah, blah, blah. Let me just tell you, I love the fact of knowing that I was growing a human. I hated being pregnant. I was sick. You felt full. You're emotional. I'm like, oh my God, that baby on the Pamper commercial. Did you see that? Like you're all emotional. It's horrible. Then they give you this little human being, which is fantastic. You never feel that much love ever when you first hold your child.
What's up, Derek?
But then they don't tell you that they become teenagers eventually. And
Well,
they
let
don't
me
give
tell
you a
you
hint
something
for
when it
that.
comes to childbirth. Don't go into.
What are we saying is too late for a late term abortion?
16. 16 years old.
Apparently.
Corey, don't go in the fucking birthing room if you can't handle things because I'm going to tell you something right now.
I'll
If
leave it to
you're
the
in there,
professionals.
you
Leave it
get
to
a
the
girl pregnant
professionals.
and
We can
you're
do
in there.
We can
No,
do
no, no.
skin to skin afterwards.
No,
I'll leave it.
You
to the
are in
pros.
there. I want you to promise me you're not going to look down. Because once that baby comes out, wait, first when it crowns, that's the fucked up part. But when the baby comes out, the stuff that comes out after it is where you're like, I am never eating that thing again. I will never go near that thing again. Dude, when you see a baby crown, it's emotional, but it's still, you guys don't get to see it, Lisa. We do.
No, but I remember Brian when my oldest was being born, he was like, here it comes, because he was down there and he's like, and it just went back in. So I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's like a shit. It's like a turtle. It comes in, it comes out.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, exactly. Men can't handle it. This is why God made it so men can't give birth, because y'all are a bunch of PUSSYs who couldn't handle stuff. And if you could have babies,
there we go.
The abortion issue would not be an issue because it would just, do you want it? You got it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100% with you.
So wait,
100%
so Corey, you believe
with
in
you. Again,
16-year-old abortions?
I do. No, I'm kidding. Just
That's
kidding,
the-
my children.
That's the age you want to fucking.
if I knew myself as a 16-year-old,
Can I tell you, when I had my kids, right? I legitimately, as God is my witness, I can call my mother right now and ask her. When my oldest turned into a teenager, I called my mom and I said, I am so sorry for everything I ever put you through as a teenager. Because you realize you were just a little shit and you really thought you knew
my mom's a bitch. I didn't call her. I'm glad I did that shit to her.
you know what?
Fuck
I'm
that.
teaching
I
guitar.
love your
Like
mom,
I
but
teach
fuck
guitar.
No,
I teach guitar and piano lessons at this point and whatnot, and like I'll babysit and whatnot. And I'm like, I'm getting it. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like, And the one kid, I'm like, oh my God, you are too much like me, kid. I am so
And you only
sorry
have
for
for
you.
what, an hour a day? Imagine
Yeah.
waking up.
And every once in a while, we're going to see the new Deadpool movie. Every once in a blue moon, we'll have like a guys' day. We'll go and it's fun. But yeah, no, like
you
I
guys
get
are together all the time.
nothing more than a few hours, and it's like, how?
Yeah, but you work together and you go to the gigs together. So how do you find time for movie time? That's amazing to me.
It's hard. It's hard. Like
Lisa, these two are together like more than you or hair in your head.
Wait,
like,
who are we? Are you talking about your
dad?
Teacher?
No, not my dad. No, the one kid I teach piano to. Sometimes every once
yeah,
in a while.
that's what I
He's
thought.
good.
I changed the
Come
subject.
on.
I changed the subject. I'm saying Corey and his dad are together more than hair on a head. Like, and then he finds time to go out with him.
Well, now he's 28. He's back to being a human being.
No, he's still
Oh no!
younger.
Listen. We have a family business with a home office.
What's the family business?
Where's that? And thank you for acknowledging the Jews part in the mob. Thank you. It always goes to the Italians. Damn it!
I know they
we ran that. We ran that. Watch this. I'm going.
You still
we ran
do.
that shit. Damn it!
Still do.
But my father. So by day, the two of us, we do publishing together. We do yearbook publishing. It's a great time. I love that. I originally wanted to be a teacher, but the whole rock and roll thing got in the way. And then by night, we work with each other. He's my manager. He works as my manager. Bob. We travel across the country with each other. And you know what? I am absolutely blessed that I get to be with my dad. But it also does build that accidental, extremely good comedic duo thing.
Of course, yeah, that's awesome, and that's rare because that's just very rare to have.
But and know what?
That's
we do
because they're Jewish. They wouldn't do that shit
What
if
the
they were
hell just
Portuguese.
happened to your hair? I was looking at
it was the wind. It was the wind. Only Jewish families get together like that. You wouldn't see Portuguese people get together like that.
And I love.
If my dad was still alive, he'd be like, "Fuck you! You got your own kids. Get out of here. I'm drinking." Fuck you. That's his word. Fuck you.
But I would aspire to that. And it's funny because I was just talking to my sister the other day in
I would love
December.
for my mother to know I'm still alive. How about that?
Well, you heard my mother say, I'm still alive and kicking, Lisa. But it's
I gotta go to Sampaio to see my mother. That's how fucked up it is. Portuguese festival.
So here's something that has fascinated me in the last few years, and it's the fact. So before World War II, the American household, for the most part, was usually a 3-generational household.
And it's getting back to that.
And it's stupid that it ever went away. We all became suckers to the loan companies. That was the greatest scheme. These GIs come back from the war. Listen, you were out in Europe. You were out in Japan. You were doing your own thing.
So
you want to come back and live at home with your parents? Don't you want to fight? I'm going to use again. I'm using I'm using the terminology of the day. Don't you want to find abroad? Go get married, have your own children, have a house in Levitt. I said I'm using the terminology of the 40s. Okay. Again, I think it's a horrific term at this point. But don't you want your own 2.5 kids on your little house?
Did you just say 2.5 kids?
That's what it was.
2.5 kids statistically.
I thought you said 2.5.
You want to live, and don't you want to live in your pre-built Levitt home in Levitttown, whether it was Long Island or Pennsylvania? We can do this.
Long Island.
Long Island on the island. By the way, I have my father's South Shore, my mother's North Shore. We do the whole thing. Bless the Islanders. Maybe we'll win a 5th one day. But
I forgot to tell you guys. I applied for so Islanders have their own broadcasting team, and I applied for the Lightning.
Oh, really?
Islanders, the Lightning, Tampa Bay Lightning. I sent my resume today.
That's awesome.
Listen, my hockey renaissance.
Broadcasting for them.
My last 3 years, I've gone through my hockey renaissance, and I don't know what I was. I didn't realize how much I was missing my entire life. My friends all played hockey. They were hockey players, and they got me into it. I I coach the beer league team that they're all on. That was how they got me into it. There was one game. There weren't going to be enough guys on the bench.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Adam.
There weren't going to be enough guys on the bench, and we're at a party the night before one of the games, and they're like, "Listen, would you want to suit up, go on the bench, and maybe play a shift and play a shift?" I'm like, "No, I'm fragile. God, no." They're like, "We need it. They're like, we need to just have enough guys on the bench." What if you put on a jacket and a tie and we said you were the coach? Okay, I'm listening. And they're like, I'm like, what do I have to do? Shout loud, drink beer, and wear a coat and tie. Sold.
You're like, what I do every night.
Pretty much. Great. This is wonderful.
In the mirror.
And now,
in the mirror.
And now this one time joke has now been lasting for 3 years.
Wow.
I am still the coach of the T-Birds.
Adam
and I actually learned about hockey over this time.
So you know what? My boyfriend, I mean, he loves every sport anyway, but he really likes hockey. That is the one sport I just can't get into. I remember in Hillside playing.
Do we have to go there, Lisa?
I think it's very unsportsmanlike. It's the only sport where you get to beat people up legit, like on the glass. Like I just think
it's better than soccer where they pretend to beat people up.
Do they?
My boyfriend is black. I'm not black. And
Does he like hockey?
He loves hockey. And
Oh,
I
I
told
didn't
you that's
know
the only
that.
sport I'm not watching that shit with you. I'm sorry.
Good for you, because I can't stand
You have to go
I don't
see
either.
it live. Go to an actual NHL game.
Oh, hopefully I'll be able to broadcast the Lightning games for you.
And when you broadcast the Lightning games, are you going to say this is the stupidest sport known to man and I hate this? But look at the guy shoot the puck.
No. I won't be the one announcing it. I'll be the board operator and I'll do camera stuff. And stuff
Okay,
like
I thought you were
that.
going to be.
No. I get my foot in the door because I can't be a sports guy because I'd be like, all right, because I have really bad memory. So I'd be like, all right, number 82, just pass it to 76. 76, pass it to 65. 65's got it. 65's got it. 65's got it.
But it's off. Offside.
Yeah, he blocked it. 65, 72, just hit him in the face.
And here's me if I was a sportscaster. Oh my God, look at 72's tattoo on his arm. That's really, really nice. I like how it looks on him. I don't like that tattoo on him. That's I think he just got a touchdown. Now I'm a little bit more knowledgeable.
You're more football because of the pants.
Well, football to me, I mean, my son played football.
Tush.
I grew up with Brian Antrim, Hall of Fame athlete and all that stuff. My dad loved football, so
I loved that. I grew up Hall of Fame athlete.
He was. I mean, he was.
I had kids with him. I'm just saying.
I know. You bite my tongue, but so yeah, football to me is exciting, and it's sport. Like you can't do certain things. You can't like pull people by the helmet and all this stuff. Hockey, you can just punch somebody in the face.
You're not supposed to in hockey. And actually, and here's the one thing:
they don't get actually for it.
Well, I will say it's the one sport.
So you know what they should do, Corey?
There's clear cut.
Here's what they should do, Corey. Hang on. They should make a team full of ex-wives and a team full of ex-husbands play each other.
There you go.
So you can legally beat the fuck out of each other.
Have you ever been to beer league?
No, I haven't.
Listen, you need to do two things in your life. You need to go to an NHL game, and you need to watch a local beer league, men's league hockey.
My son's a hockey player. I've been to NHL game.
Listen,
let's
let's go Bridgeport Islanders. Let's go New York Islanders. Let's go Isles, baby.
Is every team named Islanders? Is that the only?
Well, those are my team. Now, listen, don't talk about my birthright that was stolen from me. Fuck the Hurricanes. They can go fuck themselves. I don't care who's listening.
I don't even know who the Hurricanes are, so
I
agree with Corey. Fuck them.
I'm like Lisa. I only like football. I stopped watching baseball after the strike years ago.
Boring. Basketball, I like.
My son's a hockey player, and I should watch it more, but I don't get the.
The Hurricanes stole the Whalers. Damn it!
I don't get the nostalgia of hockey, though, Corey. I don't.
I don't either.
Again, they stole our fucking team. They stole our team. They stole my birthright. My parents had season tickets.
Wait, who is they? Like what?
The Whalers, the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes moved for cheap, shitty
No,
land
no,
and tax
Corey.
breaks. It was bullshit.
Your fan base lost the team.
You would know what? You go to
You
Hartford,
guys
you would
don't-
think they're
no, wait a
still
minute.
there.
You guys only supported them after they moved.
I mean, granted, I was 2 when they moved, but still.
Listen, they sold more Whaler shirts 30 years later than they did when they were.
I
here.
know. I actually have
Whaler-
a Whaler shirt
I
that I got
forget
from
where
my
I-
cousin that lives in Queens. Go
I
figure.
forget where I saw this. The Whalers, if I'm not mistaken, are the third top selling franchise in NHL jersey sales.
Bill.
And again, they haven't been around since 97.
How do you have this stat at the top of your head like that? Like,
Look at him.
really?
Look at him.
Wait,
He's
now
a
I
walking-
see
What
what I
about
he's a
this,
walking
what about this
Wikipedia.
nerd ass doesn't say that?
He's a walking Wikipedia. Yeah, Adam said we almost got the Patriots, but that was just a ploy. We know that. That was a
how
ploy.
wild
You
would
know,
that
you
have been?
realize? So when I was working Yukon 3 years ago, we used to do the dog pound. They have a dog pound there at Yukon Rental Field.
Yep.
Do you realize that fucking field's already falling apart? They need $10 million in renovations.
I was
With all
going to
the
say,
money they get from the school, they need $10
No,
million.
I was going to say,
Yes.
can you imagine what that could have been? Because look at Foxborough. One of my schools, by the way, that I do yearbook for, the one that that Bill Belichick always made fun of his teammates. You could be over at Foxborough High School. Bill, you could get a job at Foxborough High School now. But I don't know if they have a position open, but the point being, what's the difference between like stores and what Foxborough was 25 years ago? Absolutely nothing.
Well, it's not stores. It's East Hartford.
Rentschler, excuse me. But like, think about that whole area though. Like,
but I'm going to tell you something also. Connecticut does not support football like down south. I'm going to tell you right now, there's stadiums in Florida for high school players that look bigger and better than some of the pro stadiums up north. Like you go to Texas, go to Texas A&M Stadium, dude. That fucking thing is a monstrosity.
College Station, baby.
You wonder why the South always wins in football, because there's nothing. No one takes. They breed these kids from fucking 5th grade.
From birth, not
Didn't that comment get what's his face in trouble?
No, it's true.
What's his face? I think I know who
Oh
you're
my
talking
god!
about.
Why am I blanking on who it was? He made the
Howard
very.
Cosell?
Was that Howard Cosell who made?
No, Howard Cosell got in trouble because he said
Howard Cosell. Listen,
Look at that
listen,
monkey running,
Peter.
yeah.
Listen, Peter. Understand the circumstances that went into such a comment. Understand it.
So when my son played Pop Warner, his team went all the way. They won whatever the championship was for the whole thing. And when they came home, they had a police escort and they were on the bus and they made him feel all good. And the mayor gave him a proclamation and he still has his little shirt and the medal. It was actually pretty cool.
That's
and let
because
me tell
Pop Warner puts their money back into the league.
They do. And that was a nail biter. Like the game was so close. I can't even remember where they played, but I was like, oh my God, I can't watch.
No, Adam, Lisa's from Naugatuck and she lives in Southbury.
Who asked that?
Adam, one of our huge fans, as a matter of fact.
Hey, Adam. Hey.
He's in the chat. I don't know if you guys can read the chat, but he's in the chat.
Oh, apparently I have high chat on. Let's turn it on. Or maybe I can't show chat. How do I do
No, you
that?
can show chat. You should be able to show chat.
Didn't I just tell you how computer illiterate I am? So
I know.
You can just tell me.
You ever come down here, I'll show you how to work everything.
Actually, I'm probably going to be coming down again, and this time I'll be there just for my dad the week of August 14th, so I'll let you know separately.
Okay.
And yeah. So I just wanted to say one thing that has absolutely nothing to do with anything except
Corey, did we lose you?
No, he's there. Oh,
No, he's frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen. Wait, here's
That's
my
it.
impression of Corey. Ready?
Oh, we did lose Corey. He's the
Corey?
he's a Spitfire.
I'm back. Excuse me.
Everybody
There
loves
you
the
are.
Corey.
Wow. Was that your AI person and stand-in for you?
We're in
If I was
Florida,
still
Adam.
if I was still speaking, I guess so.
No,
They've been
because
listening to me.
because you were
Oh, we
frozen.
want to thank Adam. As a matter of fact, if you guys go and I forgot where the article is. Adam was just featured in a hot dog segment.
In a hot dog segment?
Yeah, I think it was in
Hot
New
dog?
Britain. He sent me the article. I'll have to send it to you guys. But
Shout
he's the
shout out to hard hitting New
Connecticut
Britain.
hot dog winner.
One of my favorite cities in the. Listen. New Britain gets a terrible rap. I love New Britain. One of my favorite I had friends who lived right by
What's you love
CCSU.
about New Britain?
What is it about New Britain? Listen, have you ever spent a night at Elmer's?
No. I don't even know.
I can't with you on this one, Corey. I think New Britain is a little weird.
New Britain's cool because you got a little bit of everything.
It's a lot of bit of everything.
Yeah, and know what? It's fun. You got the Polish section, the German section, the Puerto Rican section. You got
it's extremely segregated, and that's how you like it. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, but then one of my favorite schools so my dad's been in the scholastic industry since before I was born. So he did caps and gowns, diplomas.
Yeah, but Adam, you're
now we're
not
doing
like
New Britain. I love New Britain High School. That was always one of my favorite accounts that I would go with my dad to. Because you know what? Everyone is super fun. They were, you had really like nice kids. Like it was great. You had a nice mix of everybody. And you know what? Walnut Park has a great summer concert series. They always have. The band shell there is one of the absolute best.
Actually, I'll tell you what, New Britain is very, very rich in art.
It absolutely. There's the museum there. There,
a highway.
Absolutely. Oh my God, the bridge.
Yeah.
And you know what? Erin Stewart, Mayor Erin, she's been doing a great job. She's going to run for governor one day. I swear to God, and I would love that. New Britain.
Wasn't that KRS-One, Lisa? The bridge,
Yes.
the bridge, yeah.
The B bridge. Rest in peace, Rock Cats. Those are the best $5 baseball games.
Actually,
go in there
cool to go to with the kids and stuff. Yeah, that was
I love New Britain.
Rock.
Right.
Yeah.
My dad's friend is the guy that wrote that.
Get
My
out of
dad's
here.
friend. So Bill Holloman, an original member of 8 to the Bar. He's the saxophone player in Chic. Whenever Bruce Springsteen needs a fill-in saxophone player, he's there. There's a video with him and Bruce at Madison Square Garden. Phenomenal concert.
I'm sure.
But yeah, no, like again, I love New Britain. I really do. Like, Hartford's whatever.
Lisa, you think he loves New Britain or no?
I don't know. Can you elaborate on why you love New Britain? I'm not feeling the emotion.
You ever had one of those Petchkis, the donuts, the powdered covered jelly filled donuts?
Have you had a Brooklyn Waterbury donut?
I cannot say I have.
Oh,
I'm not really
Paczki, I believe. And any Polish people, please crucify me for my pronunciation. I deserve it.
You deserve to be crucified for so much more. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Adam, I was at the Ocean Center across the street last week. Huh.
That's a random thing to say.
Well, he's talking on chat. Right.
So since Burke Floyd did not show up, I'm very disappointed. That's 2 guests that blew us off. But the one thing I wanted to say was did you see him in Big Mama's house? Did you guys see that clip?
Did you see it?
That was one of the ones I was able to find.
It's okay to say that.
Anyway, I found more, but what? Great. Now he's never going to come back. Thanks, Corey.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Peter.
I was going to meet a Dawson's Creek pseudo star.
My sister was so excited about that part.
I'll get him back on. Don't worry.
But that was hilarious because, Big Mama just kicked him right in the where it counts.
He's filming a Lifetime movie, so he's filming a Lifetime movie, so
Can I tell you how I'm a Lifetime queen? Can I tell you how every Lifetime movie begins and ends?
Yeah, someone dying, someone living.
Well, someone is married, someone is jealous, someone has an affair, maybe not an affair, but the person that's jealous makes it think that they're having an affair. Someone dies. And then at the end of the movie, the person that you think is their friend isn't and tries to kill somebody. And at the very last second, the cops come in and save them. The end.
It's like
you know
the
what?
opposite of one of those Hallmark movies where, like,
I'm
the
not
most
even
un-
gonna lie because
But I'm not going to lie either. I love
Oh,
Element.
listen,
I would rather
listen,
watch Element
listen.
than Hallmark any day.
I'll tell you
I
what.
was
When
gonna
I
say,
was hungover
around
and I
the
didn't want to
holidays,
go
I have to
anywhere,
watch all of those Hallmark movies. You know,
no. When I was
oh,
hungover and
God.
didn't want to go anywhere the next day,
You watch
Element,
Element.
Element was my friend.
Yes, Element is still my friend. The days that I don't feel well, like you said, I could watch Element because they're all 2 hours. They start at 12 and at 2.
Yes.
Next one starts at 2, ends at 4.
You're never gonna change the channel. You can wake
So,
up and it's the same plot.
if you want to dive deep into my weird psyche, so
I
when
would
I
love. I was just thinking, I would love to dive deep into Corey's weird psyche. Please.
So when I was a kid, the show that was on, so my what TV shows I would watch when I was sick, like homesick when I was in school. Again, if you couldn't tell, I've never been like, cartoons weren't my thing. Like, I don't like stupid. I really don't. I it's weird. I grew up going
Jerry. Well, you're
every night. Every night I went to bed from the time I was 4 to 14 watching the History Channel before it was all about aliens and shit. Before when it was like actually about history, when you would like wake up and they were playing like the like these segmented Ken Burns documentaries, like the Civil War or the West, which Ken Burns can make a documentary about carpets and I would be crying about it. But I digress. When I was homesick, I would, in the morning, you had The Price is Right.
Yes.
But then you had all the reruns of Sex in the City, which was better, was significantly better than anything on Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, or Disney Channel. So, son of a bitch, I was invested, whether it was Big, whether it was Adrian, whether it was the dancer guy who plays the sculptor, I was into it. That was my homesick show. If I am homesick, God damn it, I was watching the reruns of Sex in the City on E!
Can I tell you, I still to this day, when I'm working from home and I want brainless TV, I will still watch the Sex and the City reruns, even though I've already seen every episode probably a few times. Of course it is. It's hilarious.
My go-to is The Wire. I can watch that whole entire 5 seasons like 1,000 times, man.
When I was little and homesick, The Price is Right was on, but then I think after The Price is Right was Let's Make a Deal. And then TV wasn't like it. Back in my day, we didn't have constant TV. We had the Munsters on the weekends and Scooby-Doo cartoons only came on Saturdays.
Saturdays is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Also, because Cartoon Network would also play all the vintage cartoons. They had the Boomerang stuff, so either early in the morning and late at night.
You feel old vintage cartoons? Really?
Oh, but even the before you stuff.
No, he said vintage.
Yeah, I know. Before me, what cartoons were before me?
Listen, the old Looney Tunes stuff was you are much younger than the Looney Tunes.
Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, like what?
Yeah, you got the reruns of the Looney Tunes cartoons. Those are from the 40s, the 50s, the 60s.
Oh well, yeah, I guess that's kind of true. Yeah, okay. All right.
That's what makes them so universal at this point. Because know what? It's you and I have the same fair game experience. All of the Looney Tunes had existed at this point. All of those.
I don't know what you call it. However they made the cartoons, I don't know what the word is, but it was better than I think the cartoons of today.
They weren't trying to do something with it. It was, this is the premise we have. Let's have this go down. Know what? They thought of something that would be, what would be great slapstick humor that we can't do on a stage? Let's do it here because we can animate it.
Animation. That's what I was going to say. The animation I like better then. But then, there's cartoons like Family Guy, which my boyfriend watched for the first time the other night. Family Guy is one of my favorites. It's just so...
It's ran its course, though. I feel like that.
That's
one of the... It needs to die.
I don't know about dying. I think I think it's lost any
Seth
like...
MacFarlane doesn't have any new ideas.
He's not writing it no more.
I wasn't into it when it first came out, so I'm just watching it. I mean,
He's
I
not
watched
writing it no more. That's why.
So okay,
Oh,
so yeah,
there
so
you
you're
go.
watching some of these episodes at this point are 15
older
years
ones.
old.
Yeah. So I think they were all the older ones, but it's hilarious.
You know what I tried doing? I tried watching an episode of Dukes of Hazzards the other day, and I'm like, man, when what we thought was TV back then, it's just the acting. Oh my god, the acting is like ridiculous now.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, before we go, we have next week we have Melinda Ann will be on. Phil will be back.
Supposedly, every guest that's supposed to come on.
No,
better
I think she'll be on. You know what? Karina actually messaged me saying she forgot.
It happens.
Hands in the air. I don't. Here's what I do.
Just don't care.
If you don't find my show important enough, I ask you once. If you blow it off, I just don't ask you again. I'm not going to blow you up. I'm not going to say anything bad. I just won't ask you again because it makes me look stupid because I did all this time. That's why you got to understand why I have so many guests with me like every week because
Yeah.
people they don't take it seriously, Lisa, and that's the problem. So
I had a great time tonight. This was fun.
I always have a great time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Corey,
I love it.
where are you, Corey, this weekend, by the way?
It is very funny that you asked that, and I was just able to pull up my calendar just in enough time.
What a coinky dink.
What a quinky dink. Yes. So what's
Good night,
today's date? It's the 24th. So this weekend, Saturday, my band, we are going to be at Bear's Smokehouse in New Haven, Connecticut. We were doing
that's a nice place.
It is a nice place. We're doing
Corey,
each
careful,
month.
It's in the ghetto, buddy.
Not that area.
Yes, it is. It's right behind it's right next to U-Haul.
Those are some of the best places in my opinion for
no,
music.
it's actually a nice place.
I love the spot. We played there for their 420 festival, and each month we're doing a show each month there, a different decade. We're doing 70s this month, 80s next month, 90s the month following.
I'm very surprised at the location of it, where they put that. That's why I was saying that.
It's so, and the stage they built is really awesome. There's the brewery right there, like phenomenal. I love Bears. I love the original Bears right in Windsor Locks. That is so come out for that. That's from 6 to 8:30 p.m. I might be wearing satin. I don't know. I'm gonna be wearing
satin off shorts.
Girl.
What am I, a Jimmy Buffett cover band? I'm not wearing shorts on stage.
Satin nut huggers.
Wait, Corey, you know what? I forget the name of the drink that you're drinking, but you should be holding it so you can see the label and tell them that they need to pay you for that's like, this is my Mentos gum. I chew it all the time and it makes me extraordinary on the PPRN show.
Listen, Tonewood Brewery, the home of Fuego IPA, and let me tell you, it is absolutely Fuego.
There you go.
Please send me another case of this. I absolutely loved it, and so did everyone on the hockey team and the band. Please, I love you guys. Please, I love you so much.
I was gonna have Corey back on in 2 weeks, but I forgot I am going to a Limp Bizkit concert with Corey Feldman. So
you're going to a Limp Bizkit
concert? I saw Corey Feldman. Wait.
Corey Feldman is the opener.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you were going with him like he's your boy.
No. He's the opener of the
Nice.
Limp Bizkit concert.
Take me to the whatever bridge. But wait, can I just tell you my Corey Feldman story?
Yeah.
So every year I go to, it's the biggest trade show in music. It's the NAMM show, the National Association of Music Merchandisers in Anaheim, California, where I do get my Disneyland fill because I'm a nerd. But I digress. At the NAMM show, you have you can be walking anywhere and you're within within like 2 arms reach. There's probably, at least 4 Grammy winners near you.
I don't know.
It's a great time to be. So I'm at the NAMM show. And again, I've seen people like Stevie Wonder there. I've seen people like, Herbie Hancock.
Wow.
And crazy, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm walking by and I see this short dude, with 2 women on either side of him with a cockamamie outfit. I'm like, who's this guy that actually looks like he's the love child of Michael Jackson and Corey Feldman? Now, my friends at the Lee Oscar harmonica booth, I get a text. You won't believe who was just here. Corey Feldman just showed up. Like, it was actually Corey Feldman, the guy that looked like a Corey Feldman impersonator. Holy shit!
He gets excited. Lisa, you got any shows this weekend?
I
No?
don't think well, there's one that we do on Sundays in the Hamptons, but that's just not a big deal.
So Adam says, I need the beer that Corey's drinking because it hits you hard and you only need one.
Yeah, so Corey, instead of holding it like this, so you can't see the label, you gotta hold it like this, man. There you go.
That's a fucking
What?
big container of Mentos. Jesus.
Well, the problem is the way they position this.
It's not that. It's
If I'm gonna give
it's
one
bigger in camera.
piece of advice to Tonewood, put the label so it's not like this, so I can like.
All right, let me tell you something, Corey. You need to take a ride down here. We
I
have
absolutely
the
need
best.
to.
We have the best brewery. You're gonna love it. So, all right, it's 9:10. Everybody, we're gonna see you later. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are on iHeart. Like us on iHeart. We are on Spotify. We are on Amazon. You can just say Amazon, play the Peter Pinho Show, but sometimes it takes you to porn because I tried it. I don't know why. If you say PPRN, it takes you to porn. I
Because
don't know.
he's not a porn star, trust us.
Definitely not. Adam, thank you for tuning in. Bob, don't forget the Stripe Show on Tuesdays at 6 o'clock on the Podbean.
Tuesday.
And we'll see you guys next week. Next week is Melinda Ann. She is leading a cause in New Mexico. It's called Luna, Mexicans for Trump or whatever. But she's also a bodybuilder, so she's gonna
Kick your ass if you don't vote for. No, I'm kidding.
She's a 54-year-old bodybuilder who could probably help people out, like
wow.
people my age. So,
Yeah.
if you have any questions, we're gonna ask her that too. She's been on the show a long time ago. We've known her too. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. Are you trying to play us out, Corey, or what are you doing?
Oh no, I was throwing on Mexico by James Taylor.
So racist.
I
All right,
can't.
don't forget, everybody, stay black, y'all, and have a good night.
All right, I'm gonna stay black. Peace.
Black,
Peace, love, and
please.
hair grease.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
All right.